What's going on? The crowd glanced at each other and broke out in whispers at the sight of the wedding carriage being brought in. Wasn't it Hector's 50th birthday? It seemed like Tyler was deliberately stirring up trouble. Tyler, what's the meaning of this? Hector's smile gradually disappeared. He didn't expect Tyler to cut straight to the chase right after his arrival. He was truly relentless. In accordance with our marriage contract, I'm picking up my bride today, Tyler stated calmly. Marriage contract? Bride? It can't be. Tyler and Natasha are engaged. They're both talented and good-looking, so it's not surprising for them to be betrothed. However, this manner of retrieving the bride seems rather abrupt. The crowd was buzzing in surprise, confusion, jealousy, and curiosity. Picking up the bride at a birthday party was an unprecedented move. Hector stayed calm and composed. Tyler, we'll discuss the details of the marriage agreement later on. It's my birthday celebration today, so I would appreciate a little consideration. That won't do, and nobody can change my mind. Tyler refused immediately without hesitation. Since I've come today, I must take her away. Natasha, please get on. As soon as he said that, the crowd was in an uproar. Nobody had anticipated Tyler to be that domineering. He was not only inconsiderate, he was also kidnapping the bride. This hardly resembled a conventional bride pickup, it was a forced marriage. Aren't you going too far, Tyler? Hector's expression turned cold. Marriage has always been a matter of mutual consent. Aren't you afraid of public ridicule by resorting to force? I have always acted without concern for others' opinions. Today, whether through invitation or coercion, I will marry her. Tyler raised his voice. What if NMY daughter won't get married? Hector frowned slightly. She won't get married? Tyler's lips twitched, and he snapped his fingers. Very soon, a large, black coffin was carried in by 8 people. With a loud thud, they placed it down so that it was in line with the carriage and also pointed at Hector. Tyler stood in the middle, the coffin on his left and the carriage on his right. The difference in colors was striking. These are my presents. With an expressionless face, he declared, you have 2 choices. Either Natasha gets on the carriage, or you're going to lay down in this coffin on your own. The audacity. How dare you? Tyler Grant, you're crossing the line. The Harmons protested in righteous indignation at the sight. Gifting a coffin at a birthday party was a blatant insult and provocation. Damn it. He's too much. He's totally disrespecting the Harmons. Though he may be domineering, he undeniably can afford to act that way. It seems like trouble is looming for the Harmons. Although many were upset with his behavior, nobody dared to voice it out openly. That was because no one dared to make an enemy out of the Grants. Tyler, are you truly intending to have a fallout with us Harmons in the presence of all my esteemed guests? Hector frowned. I told you. You have 2 choices. Either Natasha marries me, or you die. Tyler stood with his hands behind his back, a look of arrogance on his face, showing complete disregard for the crowd. What insolence! At that moment, Dylan suddenly shot up as he slammed the table. He bellowed, Tyler Grant, don't think you can act as you please just because you have some talent. We're not easy targets. Who are you? Do you have the right to talk to me? Tyler gave him a cold glance. For me. Listen up. Dylan straightened his chest and held his head up high. My name is Dylan Harmon. I'm currently a high-ranking commander of the Dark Panther Cavalry. I've fought over a dozen wars and slain hundreds of men. A mere commander is challenging me. Where did you get your courage? You're not even a deputy general. Tyler spoke indifferently. Even though I'm only a commander, Scarlet Spanner is my general. I don't believe you'd dare challenge the goddess of war. Dylan responded arrogantly. Scarlet Spanner? Tyler frowned slightly, finally betraying a hint of emotion. As Dragonmarsh's first goddess of war, Scarlet had not only achieved incredible feats, she came from an influential background and possessed unparalleled martial skills. He indeed considered himself inferior to her. However, that was only for now. He was confident of surpassing her within 10 years. What? Are you afraid? Dylan was pleased. Are your legs weak just by hearing her name? Let me tell you. Don't think you can look down on people just because of your little achievements. Just so you know, the world is a big place, and there are many people better than you out there. As soon as he said that, the Harmons clapped in agreement. Nicely said. So what if his General Lionheart? He still needs to bow down to the goddess of war. Ha! You must feel ashamed now after acting so outrageously, huh? Seeing Tyler being humiliated, the Harmons were filled with renewed spirits, coming out of their distress. "His indeed my son." He managed to put Tyler in his place with a few words. Standing in the front rows, Jacob had a proud look on his face. As his son stood in the limelight, he also basked in the glory. That's right. Without Dylan here today, nobody would have been able to go up against Tyler. Trent flashed a wide smile. A few other older Harmon family members were also filled with awe. With a son like him, the Harmons would be elevated to a higher standing. For a moment, Dylan became the center of attention, incomparable to anyone else. Everyone present thought highly of him. "Hey, what are you still standing there for? Take your men and leave immediately. Don't disrupt the party." Dylan stepped forward and gestured with his chin, a look of arrogance on his face. A talented genius. General Lionheart. In the end, he still ended up stepping all over Tyler. Suddenly, Tyler dissolved into laughter. "Do you think you can scare me by using Scarlet's name? What? Aren't you going to show deference to the goddess of war?" Dylan rebuked sharply. "Scarlet Spanner is different from you. You're nothing but her dog. What makes you think you can show off here?" Tyler sneered. You dare humiliate me?" Dylan's expression darkened. "So what if I do? Get lost before I slice your head off." Tyler exclaimed. Dylan erupted in fury. "You're seeking death." He stepped lightly, launching a powerful punch as he shot forward. He knew Tyler was a formidable opponent and had exerted all his strength into the punch. He planned on striking first and ending the fight with a single blow. "Dylan, no." Hector's expression shifted as he tried to stop him, but it was too late. What a fool. In the face of Dylan's attack, Tyler only looked at him in contempt. With a simple point of the finger, he struck Dylan's chest. A muffled explosion was heard as Dylan flew a good 30 feet back before crashing on the floor. It was as if he was hit by a truck. For a moment, he turned pale and spat out blood.